With Chapter 1 returning to Fortnite next season, I thought we'd take a little look at the history of Season 5's weapons, map changes, LTMs, the lore, and more. If you're completely confused what's going on here, basically currently there's a time machine in the game with the date of the release of Chapter 1 Season 5 from 2018. Also, Fortnite's Twitter bio has this in, and there's a ton of map changes which are happening with references back to this season. So the first question I want to ask is, why is Fortnite actually choosing to go back to Season 5 or take elements from it? Well, let's take a little look at that, because other seasons like Season 3 and Season 2 were not as popular as Season 5. According to Google Trends, Fortnite Season 5 around that July period was the highest it had on Google Trends. Now we can't take this as Fortnite's player count, we also know Season 4 performed very well, but after Season 5 it kind of slowly dropped off until the Fortnitemares event of Season 6 and really the end event in Season X. So Season 5 in my opinion was Fortnite's most popular era. Also, it was the start of the major storyline. We had a little bit of pre-storyline stuff at the start of Season 4 with the Rocket event and that, and then Season 5 had its storyline. But before we jump into the storyline, let's start off with the first edition of Season 5, which was the Battle Pass. Now the Battle Pass had its usual stuff, cosmetics, emotes, etc. But one of the most interesting features on the Battle Pass, which really hasn't been used too much in Fortnite, was toys. And some of the best toys ever were in this Battle Pass. This was the golf ball, for example, the beach ball, and even the basketball. All these were interactive in game and were used by players to complete challenges or even play mini games inside of Fortnite Creative. Pretty cool. So why don't we have them anymore? I don't know, but hopefully we'll see them come back in Season 5. We've not seen them for ages. Okay, what else did we get in this? Well, weapons. Let's mention some of the weapons in Season 5. The ATK was added in first, which is actually a vehicle, but it's a really cool one, the golf cart. The new submachine gun was added in, which replaced the original TAC SMG. We also had the compact SMG, we had the guided missile as well, we had the double barrel shotgun, and these were the first time we ever saw these in Fortnite. Some of these weapons are huge on the innovation. We also had the heavy sniper rifle, the Rift to Go, the shockwave, the grappler, and the suppressed AR. And finally, the Porter Fortress was added in at the end of the season. An incredible combination of stuff which was added in to make a really unique gameplay, and some of the most unique items we ever saw in Fortnite were added in this season. Now, that's all the weapons which I want to mention. Let's take a look at the map and what actually happened inside of this world. Well, in Fortnite Season 5, it started off with kind of following on from the event of Season 4. Season 4 had its rocket event, which kind of put a crack in the sky and caused lots of weird things to be rifted away. And then once the season started, we started to see some of these items return to the map, like the Durburger, which originally was teleported to our human world at the end of Season 4, and then somehow ended up back inside of Fortnite, bringing the character Rift to the game, who's probably like a Fortnite icon to this day. So some of the major POIs we got from the crack in the sky was Moisty Mire got replaced with a giant desert POI, as we know as Paradise Palms. Lazy Links also replaced Anarchy Acres and the Viking Village. I'd say they're the major 3 POIs we got at the start of the season. There are obviously smaller things around the map which did happen. For example, Dusty got overgrown by trees, and a lot of the old POIs from Season 4 also got overgrown, but we don't really need to cover all of them here in this video. The other 2 major map changes we got in Fortnite Season 5 was the addition of Tomato Temple and also the addition of Dusty Diner finally being completed. This was one that people were tracking for a while, and we did get it in the final update of Season 5. So what else happened in this season? Well, we had a lot of lore. The lore played a big part in Season 5 and the future of Fortnite. The way it started out was obviously carrying on from the Rocket event in Season 4, and then we saw in the trailer the cracks in the sky and managed to appear these POIs which I just mentioned before, but also it managed to bring the cube to the game. The way the cube was formed was from the crack in the sky slowly shrinking and then forming into a lightning beam to spawn in the cube outside of Paradise Palms, and this was the introduction of probably one of the most famous iconic moments in Fortnite's lore storyline history, and which would then go to play a part in many of the future Fortnite storyline events. Today we know that the cube is part of the faction The Last Reality and was sent to the map originally to try and capture the 0 point, which at this point in time none of the players knew what the 0 point was. So what exactly did the cube do in this season? Well, the cube started rolling around the island slowly, and he was actually burning different runes into the soil of the island for the purpose of gathering power. One of my most favorite clips of the cube runes being placed down was during the PAX tournament, where players were playing in the final on day 4. Check out this clip here, it's absolutely hilarious. You may have not seen this before, so imagine if stuff like this starts happening in Season 5. It's going to be cool. Check it out.
One of them's shot. Wait, what is happening?
It looks like while they're in the zone, they're getting
pushed up in the air. I've seen this a little bit online.
Wait, what is happening? The rune now flies you around? Even they don't know what to do. Look at this. What is going on?
Anyway, moving on from that clip, the runes which the cube was placing down were then used to harness power for the cube, which was eventually used to actually go into the loot lake. When it sunk into loot lake, which was the next mini live event which happened. Got a little clip of that live event playing right now. Pretty awesome stuff as the cube does sink in slowly. We know that this is where the 0 point was located, so the cube was hunting for that 0 point, which is obviously its next phase, which then goes and takes place during Fortnite of Season 6. Now that's out of context here because we're mainly looking at Season 5 here, just because that's where we're hoping that next chapter will take place in or start out during. It may go into other seasons and stuff, and I could make separate videos on them if you guys want, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's the main core element of the lore. Some of the more Easter egg things which happened during Season 5 was the addition of Fortnite's first ever birthday event. There were 3 cosmetics available, with the main one being the #1 birthday bat bling, which a lot of people want still to this day, but that was available during that event. Now also the Prepare for Collision movie blockbuster was fixed and displayed over at Risky Reels. This was a really cool one and one which a lot of people wanted to check out. It was like a fan-made film which was won in a competition and then played at Risky for about a few weeks and then eventually was taken out inside the season. Some other notable mentions as well were the stone heads which were added in around the map in Season 5. The old former soccer field which a lot of people used to land at was removed just completely randomly, and the racetrack was added in as well, which is a map change which I thought I'd mention here because it was quite a major one. The final map change I want to mention was the outdoor store over at Tilted Towers. This didn't last long because later on the cube did go and crush it, but it was pretty cool to have an outdoor store, and it was one which a few people landed at, checked out, and it was only in the game for a short period of time until the cube eventually crushed it. Also, some of the LTMs which we got in this season were pretty major. The first one I want to mention was flying explosives. In this LTM you would fly around the map using explosive weapons and try and eliminate as many opponents as possible. Also Steady Storm, which was a pretty cool one, which was the next one added in. This is where the storm would slowly shrink in at the same pace, roughly lasting about 15 minutes, and it would do 10 damage, but it would just consistently shrink until the game ends. The games were a lot shorter, but it was a pretty cool LTM. Also, Soaring 50s was added in the next update. This was an LTM where it was basically 50-50 with glider redeploy, allowing players to rotate around the map a little bit quicker. Score Royale was then added in the next update. This was an interesting one. Basically, it was a game mode where you would have to earn score to get the victory royale. Whichever team got a certain amount of score the quickest would win, and coins would be on the map to be collected to earn score as well. The next LTM which was added in after this was Solid Gold 50v50. This is pretty simple what it is. It's just a 50v50 game mode with legendary weapons only. And the final LTM which was added in, which was a pretty major one, was the Getaway. This is the first time we ever received the Getaway for the high stakes initial update. This allowed players to collect a gold jewel, and whichever team was to escape with it would get the victory, but there were several vans on the map, so several teams could win. However, if you didn't manage to escape, you would lose. So only a certain amount of teams could win, and you have to kind of race to collect the jewel and escape. And finally, Soaring Solos was also added in as well, because people wanted glider redeploy in solos. Now, if you guys want to try out every single weapon inside of Fortnite and want to give them a go, you can head in with the map code on screen to Toybox. Inside of here, you can try out all the weapons for free as soon as they get added in, no gold required. Pop on in to Toybox today and try it out. And if you want to support the channel even further, pop in code POST to your item shop. That's POST. It takes less than 3 seconds to enter in, so pop it in, support me further, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.